Yes, looks like we should be good to go.
Okay, I will entertain a motion to go back into open session.
So moved.
Motion by Colton, second by Kevin. All in favor, raise your hand, please. Got unanimous. All right, we're back in the open session. Our next item of business is other business. Is there any other business that needs to come before the board at this time? Any board members have anything this morning? If not, then we'll need to schedule a date for our next PDB board meeting.
Judge Flainer.
Yes.
Sorry, I guess I didn't have my hand up good, but I did have one comment just to be thinking. It is not something anyone has to decide today, but we've talked about it before. Since we're not really able to proceed with the design until the property is further along. The one thing though that we have discussed as an option that just like everyone to keep thinking about when we do get into it, you know, whether or not the option of having the building front the street directly or have a corner entry will have a significant impact on how the building will be laid out once we start doing that. So just be thinking about that, because at some point, whenever the property is finalized, that'll be one of the first things we'll need to know is about the orientation. Since once we meet with everyone and start working on the plan, that will be an absolute, you know, need to know. So obviously nothing needs known about that today, and probably not even next month, but it's just probably our first big decision on the building layout.
Okay.
Jeff, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Corner versus side, which one's more space effective?
The front entry is going to be more efficient. It will, just because of the, you know, we have done a corner building and it was a beautiful building, the one in Marion County. I think we've talked about it. It did present more challenges when it came to the back of the house circulation. Front of the house, you don't know it. For the public, it's great either way. But for the restricted circulation behind the scenes, it's a little more difficult with the corner. Not undoable. You know, we've done it, but efficiency wise, the straight on approach is going to be more efficient. So I'm not trying to talk you into one or the other, but that's just a reality of geometry. It's more that than anything, just the way it's laid out. It makes it easier for example, the courtrooms to share the prisoner circulation and that sort of thing when they're more oriented side to side, as opposed to having to deal with the corner entry. I'm sure we could, if y'all really want to do that, I'm not going to tell you don't, but I would say it will probably have some level of ramifications to the efficiency of the back of the building.
My concern is that we're already cut down in size from what I think we really need. So we need to conserve as much space as we possibly can.
Yeah. And I'll give you, for instance, you know, your program is very similar to a couple of others we're working on. Bath County, which is getting ready to go out to bid. And then we've gotten started on Crittenden County, and they all have very similar programs. And I would say Bath County is probably one of the more efficient layouts we've ever done, because it really had to be. You know, you're kind of building a little watch back there to make use of every square foot you have in the small building. So I know that that approach with the center entry will work great with the program. You know, we'd just have to see how it went with the corner entry, how it would impact things, because I don't really have a precedent for a corner building of this small size. You know, it's a larger size building that we have done, probably almost double. So anyway, it's just something to think about. Yeah, it's a good discussion. And once we have the property worked out, we can go into it a little in more detail, but I just wanted to give that as a heads up so that we when we are authorized to proceed with the design, we just want everybody's use their time to be as efficient as possible. So
Thank you.
mhm.
Okay. Anything else from any of the board at this time? Okay. If not, we will need to set a date for our next meeting.
Looks like the next regular meeting scheduled for the 15th at 9 o'clock.
I have a mediation scheduled that same day and time, but if we'll still have a quorum here, then I wouldn't object to proceeding in my absence, but I do have a conflict for that day.
Is that 9 o'clock your time, Mark?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just looking at my calendar. Yeah. 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I'm sorry, 8 o'clock your all's time.
Does that time work with the rest of the board?
I'm good with it.
I'm good with it.
And if I may be able to call in, I think my mediation starts at 9, so I may be on the road, but I should be able to call in.
So our next meeting will be December 15th at 8 a.m. Central Time. And
Virtual?
that's yes. We can do the in-person if you all want to go to Butler County that early in the morning. But I think the virtual here is for the time being, it'll work best for us. Right. So that is all I have this morning. I will need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Melissa,
Second.
second Justin Hardy. All in favor, raise your hand, please. All right. Thank you all. We are adjourned. You all have a good day.
Thank
You
you.
too.
See you.